On screen, the red lights come on now, the rest begin to rise, and away we will go very short 20 minutes of Mexico Hard Genetic Championship racing. A very good start from Kieran Vernon. Kieran Vernon.
Mainly my dad was watching it in Formula 1 when I was about 3 years old, and that kind of just really interested me, like the cars and stuff, and eventually, yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be like racing, and we went on holiday and did some karting there, and then it just picked up from there, and I did my first race when I was 13, so, you know, since then it's been going very well. Well, I can remember cheering Senna and Schumacher when I was young, and you know, they were both great drivers. I think Senna's my ultimate idol. You know, the way he drove and the way he was also so technical about the car setup and everything. You know, he was also Schumacher as well, because he's very, very talented driver and very, very good at applying the knowledge to the car. And they're both idols that I look up to. Yeah, I mean, I look at a lot of videos of them and watch how they drive certain tracks and, you know, certain techniques they use, and try and apply that to my racing. Also in the wet techniques as well. Senna was very good in the wet, and as Schumacher, so, you know, I try to learn as much as I can from them.
Heading Gary soon, will they reappear back interviewing Alex, certainly Kieran Vernon.
I don't know really. I mean, you have a drive to win, and that's always, you know, your biggest goal. And you know, when you have that drive, you always want to do well, and you put all your, you know, your effort into it. And, you know, like I said, you know, learning off people and working with people has got me where I am now. And you know, also with TFC's help this year has been a big gain to me to do well this season. So.
Kieran Vernon in second, Spencer McCarthy is third, Russell McCarthy is just on the way. Andrew Smith has got through, and they get away over the top finish line they go.
I know my dad's been into cars, but he hasn't really been racing background, so it's kind of, I'm the kind of first person to go into the whole racing era. Well, obviously, you know, you're looking at the results. We've had a very good season. We've had 5 wins and 8 podiums, and also 2 pole positions. So yeah, that's a very good record so far this year. You know, we've had 1 bad round, which has really set us back, but otherwise than that, it's been very good. We're currently lying second in the championship.
The black flag is now being shown to Steve Williams, the Optimum Motorsport car. The old black car of Steve Williams is now winning.
A lot of inexperience now, because I'm in the cars, where before I was with karting, and I was picking up a lot of experience in the later years when I was karting, and I finished that last year. But now it's kind of all new again, you know, learning again, so it can be tough, learning new tracks and also the car. You know, this year it's the first time I've done the G20 senior class. Last year I did the juniors, so they're always different cars and you have to learn a lot of things, but I think I'm doing okay there. There's a lot more power in these cars, so you have to be much more careful with the throttle. If you're too harsh on it, you can spin, so it's also a lot more grip, so you have to have a lot more confidence in the car and go quicker through the corners, so it's a lot of learning to do. I think mainly it's the top 3 drivers are so close, and you can never break away. And also the championship situation, you know, it's helpful to have, you know, your other rivals having a few bad rounds, but they've been so consistent this year, and it's really, you know, I've had to up my game to always finish ahead of them, and it's been very tough because they've always been, you know, right in your mirror, and to really gain the championship advantage, I've had to always beat them, so it's tough. They're always quick, so that's my biggest challenge. Well, the financial backing is obviously very helpful, and it makes things a lot less pressurised when you're out on the track, because especially if you go off the track and write your car off, and you might not be racing next race. So to have some financial backing and to have some input into the racing, and so that we can also be up there at the top level, because, you know, tyres are very expensive, and if we can't buy new ones, then we're going to be off the pace. So it's as simple as that really, and the financial backing helps a lot, and also the support is also great from TFC. Obviously, you know, yeah, I mean, they give me a lot of support. support, and you know, you've got to appreciate everything that's been done for you. And I mean, there's a lot of money involved in racing, so you know, to have a good relationship with your sponsor, you know, my dad, my mechanic, is obviously all important because everyone chips in and does a job. And you know, if everyone's working well together, I think the team works well together and we get good results. So it's a very important thing.
Taking all the way, Kieran Vernon. Kieran Vernon having got a good lap in now, and I suppose right on the rear end of Beauty Barrett at the stop finish line.